Greetings, welcome to Intellectually Foolishness. This is your good brother Wise Dunn. I'm with my good brother, folks.
Brother different. If y'all can see, we missing two goofballs. He decided he wanted to be late because of miscommunication, and then EJ, he had to get some extra bread. But yeah, I got my dog right there taking over.
Cameraman, audio man today.
What's happening? It's your boy Q, Rich Guwop, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Back by popular domain.
Man, I'm telling you, hey, back like you left your car keys, man. You know what I'm saying? But hey, earlier we was talking about taking a loss as far as losing a loved one and how it really affected us. And my man was, saying how he lost his dad, God rest his dad's soul, and we were just talking how it, affected him, how did he adjust and whatnot. So we're gonna continue to let him talk about it if you feel free to talk about it.
Yeah, man, just we having health problems. Get on that shit now before, get to that point where you can't even do nothing no more, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Always be close to your loved ones.
Get closer to the mic.
Oh,
there you go.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, you good, you good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, just be close to your loved ones and keep living life and be positive, be righteous to the world, you know what I'm saying?
So for the audience who don't know, how and when did your father pass?
Well, my pops passed away last year. He been having kidney problems for the past, 20 years, and just finally caught up with him. You know what I'm saying? He tried to get help, but COVID messed everything up, and yeah, man, and he ended up having stage 4 kidney disease, and he went out, man. It's just. All I can say is just get on top of your health, man.
Yeah, like I say, health is wealth. Even like for me, I didn't know I had high blood pressure for about 2 years. I was walking around with it, drinking, kicking it, and didn't even know until I went to the doctor. And he was like, "You got high blood pressure." And I'm like, "What? What is that?" I mean, I knew what it was because you hear a lot of old people be like, "Oh, I need to take my blood pressure pill." You looking at them like, "What's a blood pressure pill?" So then, fast forward, now I got it, and it's like either it's from high blood pressure, not taking care of yourself. Or you can, or it becomes hereditary, which a lot of people, has. It's like a black and a Mexican thing that they say. So
you mean black and Latino? Yeah,
Latinos.
It's a mix of both, diet and lineage. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I caught the same shit.
What, high blood pressure?
Yeah, remember, we family. Me and him as actual cousins. Got high blood pressure too, man. I remember I was at the shop, and I remember they had this little thing coming to the shop where nurses come in, they do your blood pressure check. And I remember they was like, "Hey, Dunn, man, go get your blood pressure." I'm like, "Man, in a minute." I'm like, "All right." So I said, "Let me go sit down and get my blood pressure check." I sat down, and so they put it on. Then they look at it. It's like, "You okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "What you mean?" You're like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah." They was like, we gotta do this again. So they did it again. They was like, yo shit is through the roof.
What was it? You remember the numbers?
No, I remember. I know it was high as fuck.
Like what's?
They would say it was so high I could have had a stroke at any moment.
So yours is sitting like kind of like roughly either like 180 and above.
Yeah.
When
like
it's
170 and above. I was like, what the fuck? They was like, you need to go to the doctor immediately. Right?
Did you end up going?
Yeah, I went. I went to Sunrise, and which is in Las Vegas. For y'all who don't know, I went to Sunrise. And then I remember they was like, they looked at me like I was crazy. Cause I was like, they told me my blood pressure was high, so I need to go to the doctor and get checked. And they was like, yeah, yours is okay, but it's not nothing to where like you need some fucking help or nothing like that.
Oh, that's what they said?
And I was like, huh? They was like, yeah. They was like, you feel like you finna die, or is you high or breathing, or it was something. They just asked me some questions. I was like, no. They were like, so why the fuck are you here? You know?
Right.
So I was like, oh shit. So, I remember, so I was like, fuck. So I ended up getting an appointment with doctor's appointment with the same lady my mom go to. So I went to her. She was like, yeah, it's high, and it just seemed like it recently just started happening. And so I was like, okay. And it was like, well,
were you vegan then?
Yeah, in a sense.
What?
But that don't mean my sodium wasn't high.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because mind you, some vegan food got a lot of sodium. So
especially vegan food though.
Yeah, got a lot of sodium. So, but it wasn't. I wasn't even I wasn't even that much like fake vegan food like that though. But I think I was just mostly anger. I could tell. You know what? I could look back and tell you why I was angry, but I'll tell you later.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I could tell you why I was angry. I think that's why it filled up so much. That's why she said it recently happened, and I'll tell you why later. But anyway, so they gave me something very, very, very small of a dosage and shit, and so I was like, man, fuck. And I remember after that, fam, I was like, fuck. And that was like literally right when the quarantine had just had like before it happened actually, and so I remember when the quarantine happened, I was like, fuck this shit, fam. I remember like. For like 4 days straight, man. Like every 4 days out the week, bro, I was running.
Mm-hmm.
I was running. I was getting on my bike. I was doing something. You know what I'm saying? Exercising. Because at the time, I really wasn't even exercising too much. And which now I'm getting back into it. So, and I remember when I went back, she was like, that she checked my blood. She like, your blood pressure went back to normal. I was like, really? She like, whatever you doing. And I remember she like, so have you been taking your medicine? I'm like, I was like, just not like the last, I think I told her like a week or so. Yeah. I was lying. I ain't take that bitch in like 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, fuck that shit. And she like, yeah, whatever you doing, just keep doing it. She was like, if you feel like you need to take them, take them. She's like, I'm telling you, you got to take them. She's like, but my suggestion, like, find some alternative. But she's like, as a professional, I'm just saying you got to take them. So basically, she's just saying, like, if you can find another good, like, herbal way of doing it, do it.
That what she said?
That's what she's kind of hinting at.
Right.
But I think she was like, but I'm as a professional doctor, I got to prescribe you some prescriptions. Because I know you coming in here, you my patient, and you got high blood pressure, so I have to prescribe you this. So, but it's not like she's not an herbal doctor where she can say, hey, man, you can try this, and this is what's going to work. You know what I'm saying? She can suggest it, but she can't prescribe me that.
Do they have doctors out here, herbal doctors?
I don't know, they probably do. That's something you got to research, man.
That's holistic doctors, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Doctor. Hey, man, and I just feel like, I think all that shit could be reverted back. Man, we got a bad diet in America, bro. We got a very bad diet. Look at this shit. Fam,
right.
I just got my teeth clean today.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, still the sugar.
Right.
Like, and I be telling myself, I'm like, but that's one thing I could give myself. I'm not bad as I used to be. I don't eat, like, I say now, if I do eat candy, it's probably like maybe 3 at the most times out the week. You know what I'm saying? Like, only thing I probably have is it's like a sucker. When I'm at the shop, it's a sucker.
No gummy bears, gummy worms?
Fam, I'll probably, if I have it, or fruit snacks, like I said, fam, it's probably one time out the week now. I remember at one point it was like every day.
I know.
It was like Starburst. It was like, I think that's one thing I'm starting to learn. I need to get it out of my way is the convenience of like sweets. Like right now we got the sweets here. So the sweet bowl is like, damn, no, let me grab it real quick. Shit tasty. You know what I'm saying? Like when we was in quarantine, fam, I didn't have a whole burger that whole time. I think rarely I take that back. I probably rarely had a burger during quarantine. Fam, I was not really, mind, everything was close, so I wasn't eating out. So everything I'm doing is just like good, healthy, very, very healthy. And mind you, I lost like almost over at least like 10 pounds.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? And so, but that's just me running every day, doing push-ups, sit-ups, going to the gym up in there. You know what I'm saying? Fucking eating like certain food. So I was feeling good. But then when I got back to work, it got to that convenience again. I'm like, damn, I'm cutting hair, I'm tired, I'm hungry. Fuck, 7-Eleven right there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now I can go to 7-Eleven, give me a donut, you know what I'm saying? Or give me some cupcakes or some shit. And now I'm telling myself, I'm like, man, I need to quit eating that shit but I don't eat that every day. But it's like from time to time, I'm like, damn, I'm hungry, I want something just to snack on real quick. But I feel like that's just me not properly preparing myself to just make my lunch before.
Right.
That's my fault. You know what I'm saying? That's just me being lazy, needing to learn how to, make these shits into a habit to where, me making, my lunch, man. And then, like I say, even sugar, man, fam. I think I got to go with sugar because I don't, fam, that's one thing I want to catch is diabetes, bro.
Right.
I don't want that shit. I don't want no unhealthy.
Because it's hereditary, not family, though. How many, like 4 or 5 people got it, right?
I don't want that shit, fam.
Yeah, you rather have.
I
High diabetes or high blood pressure?
Neither.
If you had a choice to pick one.
Blood pressure.
Yeah. Well, shoot. I mean, even your blood pressure ain't good because, like, it affects your kidneys and it affects your heart. Like I was saying, like.
Think about it. We have it now, but we can revert it back to being normal.
Right.
And watching our fucking sodium. We straight.
Right.
You take diabetes, fam, you got to take insulin all the time.
But you can reverse diabetes too, though, depending on how severe it is. You know, you heard people like lose weight and their diabetes is gone. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, everything, you know, goes back to.
But some people, it's harder, though.
What you mean?
Like reverting their diabetes, though.
Well, I mean.
Some people still can have to take, insulin and shit.
I mean, but it's like it can be like a low dose of insulin too, that I've learned too. But like you said, everything at all counts, like just being healthy and taking care of yourself, So it's like, I'm 39. How old are you? 37. My man's
25.
25, man. Damn. 25 to be 20. To be 25 again, man. When I was in my 20s, I was fearless. Cause you don't even think about death. You know what I'm saying? You think about just doing stupid stuff and living. Like I would like mess with dude wives and stuff, and didn't even care about them talking about shooting me or something like that. I mean, one incident, God bless me, that nothing happened. I messed with a chick, and her husband was sleeping in the other room, and I was in another room with her. Yeah, so I mean, so mind you, she could have been like, well, he could have woke up to go pee, but she's like, no, my husband, once he goes to sleep, he stays asleep. I said, what? I was like, yeah.
Some shit to happen.
Nah, I mean, cause look, when you really in your 20s, yeah, you think, but you're like, okay, it is what it is. I'm going to go get me some, and that's where it was at. But yeah, and crazy thing about the whole little story, me and her husband became good friends, and he was like, man, I know you humping my wife. I was like, what? But they was together, but they wasn't together. They was married but separated. So
I feel like then the older you get, the less you care about chasing vagina.
Right? Yeah. Oh, of course. I mean, especially like when you're in your 20s, like my man's, you go through trial and error, and then once you get to that point, you're like, okay, she ain't answering my phone. I'm blowing her up. She either got somebody or she ain't interested. You know what I'm saying? We learned that the hard way. Cause you be like, dang, this chick. It was a chick I liked. She kept leaving me on red, but she'll post something. They used to burn the mess out of me. I'm like,
I used to hate that.
I know. Yeah,
with a passion. The first thing I learned that from was Facebook. When I first got on that shit, fam. And I remember, when I used to talk to this one girl, and I remember.
What's her name?
I forgot. It was a couple.
She must want to. Oh, damn.
It was a couple of them. Because, fam, I just remember I used to talk to him, and like I text him like, "What's up?" Because back then before social media, where you could see somebody like what they doing, you couldn't tell what this person was doing. So you could be calling their house, you could be texting them, and you not even knowing like they not seeing their phone because you be thinking like, oh, they probably just didn't see my text,
right?
You know what I'm saying? They probably busy. That's what everybody thought in the beginning because nobody knew.
Right.
So now when you was able to text somebody and then see this person right on Facebook. Right in the post, you like, damn, you just didn't see. And I used to always thought that was a spit in the face, like, fuck you. I seen what you talking about. I'm ignoring you. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. You basically told me you just ignore me and say fuck me.
Right, basically.
So I was like, okay, you know what? Like that's what they be doing. So it's now like you got the hint where if you know this person is writing you and or texting you and they not replying back, you already know. It's a no-go.
But I love the updates. Like now with social media, if you hit somebody messenger, you can tell, or message or inbox or whatever, you can tell that it's read, that they read your message. So you're like, oh, this broad, she really ignoring me. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, right. So now it's like, okay, it's kind of cool. I'm glad they put it out like that. Because like I say, some chicks that you was really trying to mess with and they just leave you on red, you be like, man.
Hey, fam, motherfuckers be hating that shit with a passion.
I mean, because it's like you ignoring me.
Pissed off that shit like, damn, bitch, you go just fuck you there, bitch.
Right, damn.
Hey, females be really posing how dudes be tripping out on them and shit. Well, fuck you, fat bitch.
Right,
God,
yeah.
damn.
But I ain't never been a type like that, though. I did all mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you ignore me and I'm like, okay, cool.
I'd just be like, fuck you then. I'd just keep it moving. Like,
I ain't finna see,
fuck you, you fat mother. Like, why? Right. You was just in her inbox.
Right.
DM her trying to see what's up, and then when she didn't reply, you just like, fuck you, bitch. That's why you ain't shit anyway. Like, you just blew his fucking self-esteem and shit.
But dudes don't fail to realize, only thing a woman can tell you is no. And pick your nuts up, because it's going to hurt, especially if you like her. It's going to hurt, pick your nuts up, and go on to the next one. I'm saying if you got a total of 10 chicks you asked out in one day, at least 3 going to hit you up.
Fam, you know what? But I feel like you have to learn how to have supreme confidence. And reason why I say that, it's almost like if you can equate it to if you was a boxer, and like and let's just say every night you have to fight at least like 10 fights. You know what I'm saying? And every fight that you lost within like you lost 9 fights out of 10. You get to the last one, you like, man, I'm like gonna lose again. You just feel mentally defeated. You know, and so sometimes these brothers, man, they be talking to all these girls and hitting them up, and these girls be rejecting them because a lot of dudes got a fam. I learned that a lot of people, fam, in society is really not that confident. They hide behind either material things or wealth or whatever they may have or even don't have. They try to hide it, you know, their ego or they quote unquote confidence with over their insecurities, but they really be insecure. Right. You know what I'm saying? And some people really front like they really confident, but really, really be insecure. And so what happened is, man, when they get to talking to some of these women, these dudes be so insecure, they be have to muster up all their confidence that they got. Like, damn, okay, I'm gonna just though. It's like if you got that one power punch, fam, and you try to swing and you just miss. You like, all my power. Right. Like if you play a video game, you got that power punch, and then like you just worn out, and they just whoop your ass. It's over with. Yeah. So you threw your last power punch. So the dudes is muster up so much courage and confidence, and when they throw that power punch of that of their conversation and they miss, and the girl just not interested, that shit fuck with their ego. Now they hurt like, fuck that bitch, fuck you then. And they mad because she just shattered their ego because he didn't give her the time or the attention. But
you got to understand too, like that a lot of guys, like I said, realize that some of the women like nowadays not in a bracket. If you see, her with Prada, Balenciaga and all that, and you just the average dude and you trying to come at her, anything is possible, but you can tell, like, most of these chicks be materialistic, so then it's like your whole approach got to be different. But you got to understand, too, a lot of times we'll get these guys that be getting them, like, hung up in a ringer is because these women don't be attracted to them. If a woman is attracted to you, then that makes you approaching her a lot easier. A lot of times these women be like, ugh, and then you forcing your way on her, and she gonna call you a creeper. Because like I said, I've been rejected, but it's like, okay, I get rejected, okay, cool, pick my nuts up, going to the next one. But like dudes be like pressing the issue. If she ignoring you and she posting and she ain't hitting you back all day,